Alright, GAC video 2 of 4 that I am behind on. In the last video, I spoke about the Mandalorian tunes coming out. Very excited, obviously. But I'm not going to repeat myself in this one. Go back to the other one with GAC versus Jason if you want to hear about that. And once again, big thank you to Cubs fan Han for throwing me a rather large plug in one of his more recent videos. I gained a fair few subscribers from that, so thanks again, Cubs. In this one, we're going to talk about how CG alluded to more Empire Strikes Back tunes and or content. Not really sure what they can do. Do we think maybe there's going to be a Cloud City Vader Luke fight, which is going to either culminate in Jedi Luke or be the first step towards Jedi Luke? Not sure. That could be interesting. Aside from that, maybe we get Red 5. CG have been alluding to a ship's raid, so maybe that's how they're going to give us Red 5. Maybe a marquee, maybe a galactic chase event, who knows? Not really sure what else they can do in terms of serious stuff. I mean, there's a bunch of joke stuff that we could talk about, like a Lobot rework. Maybe they add Carlist Reichian, General Reichian on Hoth. Probably not, but you never know. I wouldn't hate it, although it's not strictly speaking Empire Strikes Back, and it's not canon anymore. I wouldn't hate it if they made a Shadows of the Empire like segment of sorts in Swigo. I mean, they gave us KOTOR tunes. That's not canon anymore. So why not give us Shadows of the Empire? I would love to see Dash Rendar, Prince Shizor, Guri. There are a lot of great characters that could come out of Shadows of the Empire and come here into Swigo. But in terms of actual Empire Strikes Back, aside from maybe a Luke, Jedi Luke event, or Luke versus Vader epic confrontation, because they haven't really done heroes' journeys in quite some time, so maybe they are not going to do a hero's journey for Jedi Luke, or Episode 6 Luke, whatever you want to call it. On a funnier note, maybe they'll make a new Chewbacca with a C-3PO backpack. Unlikely. I don't know who or what else they can really give us from Empire. We have Wampa, we have Hermit Yoda, we have Lando, we have Lobot, we have Ugnaught, which is hilarious. Maybe they give us the medical droid. Hard. Maybe they give us the space slug. No. There has been some speculation that maybe they'll do vehicles like AT-AT, AT-ST snow speeders, the Bespin twin cloud cars. I wouldn't hate that, but I think there would be a whole lot more fanfare, and they would probably straight up tell us that they were looking to incorporate vehicles into the game. I was on RSG tonight, and Ramon, whom most of you will know as Remon, it's actually Ramon. I learned that tonight too. Very astutely pointed out that ships are still kind of an abortion, and they may want to fix ships before they add vehicles. which I agree with. But then I also countered, just playing devil's advocate, saying, well, just because CG should do something does not mean that that's what they're going to do. But to Ramon's point, probably not going to be ships as of, or rather vehicles as of yet. But again, we're still racking our brains to figure out who or what they can add from Empire Strikes Back that is not already in the game. Carlos Reichian, if you're a super nerd, you'll know that Major Bren Derlin, also Hobby Clivian, maybe Zev Sineska, some of the rogue group snowspeeder pilots. But that's not, like, most people aren't really going to care about that. They are incidentally, maybe not incidentally, maybe very purposefully, they put in a bunch of pilot feats in GAC this season, which could be tied to that, could be tied to the incoming, probably, hopefully imminent ships raid that they've been alluding to, like I said. I think it's a Death Star raid. I mean, I don't really know what else you would have a ships raid on at this point. Yeah, there aren't enough Resistance or First Order ships really to justify, although that doesn't necessarily matter, like an Episode 9 ships raid. Certainly you could do an Episode 6 Death Star ships raid, but I don't know. I mean, neither of the Death Stars are Episode 5 Empire Strikes Back, so that's clearly not what they're alluding to, but maybe they are alluding to more pilots. In terms of the dark side, I'm not really sure what other pilots they could add. Oh, maybe they could add Captain Piet to the dark side for Empire Strikes Back. Admiral Ozzel they could add. We already have Veers, which... So the one thing that really pissed me off about the Hoth TB is that they added Colonel Stark, who is not a character, not canon. I have never heard the name Colonel Stark. Admittedly, I don't read the comics and I don't read all the books, so maybe there's a Colonel Stark in there, but I'm betting no. That was a completely made-up character, so I'm really hoping that they are not going to do that anymore. Luckily, they haven't done it since then, so hopefully they learned their lesson on that one. But certainly Captain Piet, Admiral Ozzel, or Admiral Piet once Ozzel dies. Spoiler alert. Yeah, those are really the only people that I could theoretically see being added to the game. Ozzel, Piet, Reichian, maybe Bren Derlin. Yeah, there are a finite number of characters aside from them that could potentially make their way into the game. Again, Red 5. I can't even think of any other dark side. Oh, maybe Zuckuss and Forlom. Those are two bounty hunters who are not yet in the game, even though they share the exact same amount of screen time as Bosk, Dengar, and IG-88. So maybe they'll add those in here. That could also be in line with CG wanting to add the Mandalorian, because I'm sure there's going to be bounty hunter tags for some of those tunes. Maybe there'll be other bounty hunters released. So that's about as far as my speculation can take me there. Empire Strikes Back. Who else? If you think of anybody else that I've neglected to mention, comment, because I want to hear and want to think about it. I don't want the generic Cloud City troopers, because that would be fucking boring. Yeah, I really don't know who else we could add. I wish I had my Star Wars CCG cards here. So, oh, I think I do actually, but they're under the bed. I'm not going to go pull that shit up. Yeah, because I'm genuinely curious as to who or what else they might add from Empire Strikes Back. I thought that we would be certainly into the Return of the Jedi phase by now, because there's a lot of fucking characters you can add from Return of the Jedi. Yeah, there are a lot. I don't know, time will tell. So let me know what you think, or who you think, if anyone. I'm still trying to think of who or what. They did add, historically, previously, CG did add the IG-2000, IG-88's ship. The name and design for that ship is exactly like the IG-2000 ship in the Star Wars customizable card game. For those super nerds like myself, I used to play that. So maybe we'll get Dengar's Punishing One. We did get Houndstooth, which is likewise the exact same image that's in the Star Wars CCG. You know what? After I record this video, I'm going to go pull up my Star Wars cards and take a look, because maybe I can think of something or someone else that CG might add to the game. Might be, maybe some people at CG were actually, back in the day, in a previous life, Star Wars CCG players like myself, because that was a fun game. I really liked that game, and those cards used to have some value back when the game was still alive. Not so much anymore, obviously, but what are you gonna do? So hopefully we have some things to look forward to. I mean, May the 4th is coming up. Aside from that, I mean, they don't really give us anything for the quote-unquote American holidays. They don't even give us Christmas or even Life Day gifts. So who knows? But yes, I am cautiously optimistic that we are going to get a number of new and interesting characters added to the game. Obviously, a ship raid will be very, very interesting and different. We haven't had a new raid in, it's got to be 3 years by now, right? Almost 3 years, certainly. Yeah, I moved into my apartment in April or May of 2017, and Sith Raid was definitely around by then. Yes, so it is at least 3 years. Likewise, we haven't gotten a new Territory Wars map in 3 years, so what the fuck is up with that? Yeah, even if I do get into the new Swigo beta, like I applied for, I'll probably get myself kicked out within, I would say, 2 hours. Who's gonna take that bet? Let's hear the wagers. Let's hear the odds. If I get into the new Swigo beta, how quickly do I get myself kicked out? I want to hear it. No low number is too low. I mean, you could really... Again, this is all assuming that I get in, which I probably won't. But still, if I were to get in, how quickly would I get kicked out? Let me know what you think. All right, and now I'm going to move on to this ridiculous Ray team that I shit the bed on, and I don't actually end up clearing it because I am stupid. But this team actually was interesting. This Palp, Gat, Vader, Old Ben. I think I actually get one of these dudes out of here. I don't remember which one. Again, I don't have Ray, GL Ray on my arena shard, so my practice against it is very limited. as you can very clearly see here. Yeah, she's also a much more difficult tune to beat. On defense, she's way more powerful. I don't actually end up full clearing this one.